2020 shattering records around the world for some of the wildest weather ever recorded.
Deadly wildfire raging up and down the West Coast.
Go, go, go!
More than 10 million acres
The
of
virus
charred,
was traced
mostly
back
in
to this
California,
now-closed
Colorado,
seafood
and the
beef
Pacific
market.
Northwest.
But tests have so far
What's
failed
happening
to
with
isolate
fires
the
in the
source.
West right now is exactly what has been predicted with climate change. The atmosphere is hotter and drier.
Fire crews battling walls of flames.
COVID-19.
I've been covering fires for half a dozen years before that. Sky. George Floyd. Drainage Floyd. Repeatedly told the officers that he could not breathe. The officer knelt on his neck.
The amount of damage around Lake Charles is just incredible. Some of the winds from Hurricane Laura took the floors of this hotel and ripped it to shreds.
30 named storms in the Atlantic, the most in
Burn down every city in America! Don't ask us to justify why we're here!
President Joe Biden is now the president elect.
Welcome to 2021. Friends, enemies, students, colleagues, adults, and children. Welcome to another video of me talking about whatever the hell it is I want to talk about. And for this video, we're going to try and tackle two topics. We're going to be talking about 2020 and 2021. Everyone's favorite topics. Speaking of which, new year, new me? My hair's pretty short in it! Don't worry, there is actually not going to be a new me. My hair is the only thing I'm actively changing. Everything else will be on accident. Let's talk 2020! And by talk 2020, I mean how 2020 was for me. I was gonna do a thing where I put everyone's comment on the screen and then comment on everybody's review of 2020 like I had done in a video past, but I changed the style of video, so I'm not going to be doing that. I'm sorry. Now, I could go into laborious detail about 2020, but the fun thing about 2020 is everybody went through the same thing. So I don't really have to tell you much, at least in world event kind of things. So don't worry, we're not going to be talking about the coronavirus or World War III threats or murder hornets, or instead of that, I chose 5 things that happened to me in 2020 that I thought I would share with you guys. This list is not in any particular order, so let's just go at it. I reached 250,000 people on TikTok. Ha! I can't even imagine that many people. I can barely imagine like 20 people next to me, let alone 250,000. Yeah. I think realizing that I was more than my cosplay content and really trying to go after what I'm actually passionate about, which is aggressive self-love and improv comedy, was probably the best decision I made in 2020 regarding content creation on TikTok. The algorithm changed and forced me to do so, but I'm glad it did. If you didn't know, I make videos on TikTok, and I did a lot of cosplay content on TikTok. Not cosplay anybody actually knows. It was all original characters. TikTok did an algorithm switch on me, which means all of my cosplay content went down the drain. But that also meant all the weird, wacky videos that I did sometimes started getting a lot more views. So I did a full content switch from cosplay to aggressive self-love and improv comedy. And all of the positive feedback from that and the growth from doing those things really helped my confidence and my numbers. TikTok also launched this program called the Creator Fund Program, and while some people's views got completely gutted by joining, my views have only gone up. So I also get paid to do TikToks, which is wild. I moved from San Antonio, which was becoming entirely too expensive to live in. It also happened to be one of the epicenters for the coronavirus. That didn't influence our decision to move back to the hometown, but it definitely pushed us in the right direction. So we moved back to the hometown. My boyfriend ended up getting a job here that pays more, so we spontaneously decided to move states. I was really nervous at first because the hometown holds a lot of ripe, nasty trauma for me, and I was avoiding acknowledging any of it. But it's probably one of the best decisions that we've ever made. When Justin and I fell on hard times a couple years ago, we ended up relying on some credit cards and accrued some debt. I know, how American. And it's been difficult to pay it back as the cost of living has gone significantly up where we were living. So now we make more money and the cost of living is drastically cheaper. So we can actually see the light at the end of the debt tunnel, which, you know, that feels really good. The last point and this point go hand in hand, but we rented a house, specifically a 2-bedroom house. And now I will never go back to living in a 1-bedroom anything ever again. I get to have my own studio room, which having a space to just do my art and my online work, and then if I really need a break from it, being able to just close the door and leave it behind is a really good feeling. I will never go back to just streaming in the kitchen or streaming in my bedroom or streaming in any other weird places that I've decided to stick my desk and force my boyfriend out of. I broke out of Daddy Adobe's suffocating subscription-based grip. I got an iPad which has Procreate, DaVinci Resolve, which is a free editing software that I will eventually buy the pro version of, and Clip Studio Paint, which I do have the pro version of. No more subscriptions, baby! While breaking out of Daddy Adobe's suffocating grip was extremely nice, the real big winner is the iPad though. Having a portable way to draw and work on writing projects has not only re-sparked my passion for writing, but also really helps me whenever I get super depressed. When I am in bed and I feel so heavy that I cannot even fathom getting out of bed, my iPad is usually just right next to me, which means that I can draw, I can write, I can even watch Netflix, all in bed. And being able to be productive even when I feel so terrible actually helps me get out of that mindset. So, in a way, my iPad has really also helped my depression. And finally, the last thing that I'm going to tell you about 2020. I've learned so much in 2020. 2020, artistically and growth-wise, have been extremely positive for me. I have learned so much about my gender, my sexuality, and most importantly, my passions. And you know what? I've let myself be passionate about them. I used to tell myself that no one cared about my passions and that there was no need to be so excited about everything. But now you can't get me to shut up about them, and I like that. It's very liberating. Today's word of the day is liberating. And that was 2020 for me. I gave it a silver lining out of 10. It actually wasn't the worst year for me, even if it was collectively the worst year for everyone on this fucking planet. So what about 2021? We're in a brand new year. It's not 2020 anymore. That's old news. Goodbye, 2020, 2020. Who is she? I've never met her. Seriously though, what about 2021? You made resolutions last year, Ruthie. Did you keep them? No, I didn't. Who keeps New Year's resolutions? They're just goals to set you on a path. I couldn't even tell you what my 2020 resolutions were, but I can tell you that whatever they were, I have significantly changed paths since then. So here is my new and improved resolutions for 2021. Well, first off, I would really like to finish my solo writing project. It is a novel called Little Flower, and I'm already 1/3 way through. That's the tweet. That's it. I just want to finish the first draft. I wanna be a real writer, Ma. Just finish the draft. Just do it. Come on. How hard can writing a book be? Come on. I need more coffee. Next up, I would really like to continue cultivating this positive relationship that I have been building with food. You know, I don't talk about it very often because it can be triggering for some people and it is an extremely personal topic for me, but I don't have the best relationship with food. I don't get hungry often, and that really leads me to not eating sometimes days at a time. Which isn't healthy for you, by the way. But with the combined effort of a routine set by my job, my boyfriend's constant nagging, thank you boyfriend, my friend's constant nagging, thank you friends, and all around good habit building, I don't think I've accidentally or on purposely skipped eating a meal in a long time. In fact, I've been gaining weight, which I know most people don't celebrate, but I mean, it's good for me. I used to be dangerously underweight. By used to, I mean my entire life I've been dangerously underweight. So, it's a win in my book, huh? The real goal, however, is to start getting buff, because I've got people to punch, you know? I believe last year I said that I wanted to upload a YouTube video every week. And then 2020 happened. So, needless to say, I didn't fucking do that. I was pretty consistent at the beginning in 2020, and then a personal family matter happened, and it really disrupted the flow of which my YouTube videos were able to come out. I've been wildly inconsistent ever since. And I think I'm going to remain wildly inconsistent. You see, I want to make YouTube videos that I want to make, which I already do, but I also want to make them something that I'm proud of, which is the reason why I've introduced a second camera angle, and the reason why I hired someone to do captions, because I want to make products that I'm proud of, products that I would watch, and I hope that you would watch too. I'm also a very, very busy person. I stream on Twitch. I'm writing not one, but 2 books. One is a collaborative effort, so that one's going a little slower. I have a job. I have to interact with family now that I'm in the hometown. And just, the list goes on and on. I can't do weekly until I lose one of those things. And unless it's my job, YouTube's just gonna have to wait. And that's fine. Priorities. They're very important. Heck, maybe at this rate, I'll do research for a video. Yeah, right. I want to make videos in different languages. That probably came out of nowhere. I won't get too in-depth with this video, but I have been working on learning Spanish and Danish. After 365 days of practicing both languages, I want to try just writing a script and doing videos in that language. I'm not going to teach these languages, by the way, because I'm a terrible teacher. But just one day I will write an entire script in Danish of whatever I want to talk about, and then I will do the video in Danish, and the captions will have both English and Danish subtitles. So that it's not really anything complicated, just kind of that. I think it would be really cool. And last, but certainly not least, I want to continue growing positively as a person. And what I mean is I want to work on my mental health. I want to upgrade my quality of life. And I really want to try and make sure that I am fostering a positive community. With my boyfriend's health insurance, I will actually be able to afford therapy, which is amazing news because I've needed a therapist for years. I know that just paying off debts will skyrocket our quality of living because you can't really live well if you have the ever suppressing weight of a debt on top of your shoulders all the time. Now, I think that these New Year's resolutions are a much healthier alternative to the other New Year's resolutions that I've made in years past. And I think I'm pretty much going in the way that these resolutions are going in anyway, so it's not too off the beaten path that I might actually just hit these resolutions without trying too hard. Well, that is all for me today. Tell me, how was your 2020? How's your 2021 going? You got any resolutions? Tell me everything. Tell me whatever is on your mind in the comment section below. I will be reading. Mother is always watching. Thank you so much to PikaDevil for captioning this video. He is an angel, and you need to go make sure that you give them some love. Special thanks to my Patreons, who mean the absolute world to me. I cannot fathom any reason why you continue throwing money at me, but I'm glad that you do. If you want to support me, consider throwing money at me through Patreon, and if you don't have any monies, don't worry, you can still support me. There is a link tree in the description that has all my social medias. You can go check me out everywhere on the internet because I'm pretty much everywhere on the internet. Alrighty, here's a heart just for you. Save it for later. Use right now. I don't really care. It's your heart. You do you. Thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. And I will see you wherever on the internet I see you next. And that's a wrap. Happy 2021, guys. Jeez. 2020 sucked. Oh, don't drop the coffee. Oh, don't drop the coffee.